Dhamma talk from Longpo Gantha Sukha Kamo, given by Phra Maha Anuchon Sasanakiti, date 9th of March 2021 at Wat Pa Subthawee, Dhammaram. The 5 assignments. It is recommended that everyone do the following assignments on a daily basis. Prostrating 5 times. Do you prostrate to worship the Buddha at night before bedtime? If so, you should do it 5 times to pay respect to your father, your mother, and then to the Triple Gem. Second is to do Samathan Sila, or precepts undertaking, by yourself, starting with Panatipata before bed. Why is that? Let's say you go to sleep and unfortunately you pass away for any reason that night. At least you pass as one with pure Sila in mind, rather than one with incomplete Sila. Therefore, Sila is basically a commitment to undertake the practice to observe the breath going in and out, or developing loving kindness, or to contemplate the 3 characteristics of existence. This practice is called Kamatan. Samathan is the commitment to undertake certain practices that is not required to be performed with or by Buddhist monks. One can do it by oneself, if one keeps the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha in mind. Longpo Cha taught his disciples that every day, before leaving and entering the kuti, the monk's chamber, one shall prostrate oneself to worship the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, despite no Buddha images to be seen inside the kuti. But then, why prostrate? To whom we pay respect. It is to prostrate and pay respect to the Buddha in oneself. Every time one prostrates, one shall not do it for the sake of doing, but shall be sincerely grateful for the virtues of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. When prostrating to worship the Buddha, one shall recognize and appreciate the virtues of the Buddha. When prostrating to worship the Dhamma, one shall recognize and appreciate the virtues of the Buddha's teachings, not the Buddhist texts or canon. When prostrating to worship the Sangha, one shall recognize and appreciate the virtues of the Arya Sangha, or the noble disciples, and not to adhere to particular human beings. Only then the recognition and appreciation shall be complete. Prostrating to the Buddha in oneself shall be achieved. Samathan Sila, or precepts undertaking, can be performed at the Buddhist monastery if the opportunity allows. Alternatively, at one's home, as practicing Dhamma can be performed anywhere, anytime. Observing the breath going in and out after a long day at work or at school is by itself practicing Dhamma. Whenever one observes the breath with Buddho, one is naturally practicing the Dhamma. Again, practicing the Dhamma can be performed anywhere, not limited to only at the monasteries. The Buddhas taught Uchara Pasa Vakamme Sampajanya Kari Hoti. Or even when urinating or defecating, one shall practice awareness and be mindful of what is currently occurring. Whenever one practices wakefulness of mind, consciousness, remembrance, or sati, with clear comprehension, full awareness, accompanied with wisdom, or sampajanya. This is called practicing mindfulness and thus practicing Dhamma. Practicing Dhamma can be performed anywhere, with no exception. Even observing the breath going in and out whilst in the toilet will do. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, observing the breath, these activities are all about practicing the Dhamma. Therefore, one should understand that practicing the Dhamma is not about closing one's eyes and performing sitting meditation. Some lay people do a good posture of sitting meditation. They seem calm, but inside their head, it's very chaotic. So many thoughts in there. But it is all about focusing your attention or your awareness to observing the in-breaths and the out-breaths at home, at the office, or before bedtime. If one can practice this, one is practicing the Dhamma, or Sila precepts. It's the same thing. Sila's meaning is normality. Whether one can undertake Sila or not depends on one's commitment to maintain oneself in normality. Sila is the mean to make one feel peaceful and happy in the present moment. Silena sugatim yanti. Through precepts, people go for happiness. Silena boga sampada. Through precepts, people go for good fortune. Silena nibutim yanti. Through precepts, people attain the extinction of passion. So don't forget the assignment number 2, Samathan Sila before bedtime. 2 more assignments, metta chanting and daily chanting before going to sleep. Metta chanting, or radiation of loving kindness towards all beings, to sincerely and intentionally wish others or all beings to be well and happy, is not only chanting Sabbe Satta, may all beings be free from hatred, for the sake of chanting. Then one does not really radiate loving kindness. One needs to have a strong power of mind to wish all beings to be well and happy. For example, when you make merits and then send the merits to your parents with a strong, concentrated mind, the merits can be delivered in less than a minute. And the same applies to radiation of loving kindness. Concentrated mind can create energy, just like 5G or 4G signals, by which one can radiate loving kindness instantly to others. However, with meek, untrained mind, or when one's mind is distracted by laziness, drowsiness, metta chanting or Sabbe Satta will not work. Concentrated mental power can communicate through places and time. There was a Japanese research that proved that even water can perceive humans' minds and emotions. In an experiment, 2 glasses of water from the same source were thoroughly tested. The first glass, spoken to with positive words and emotions, produced beautiful crystallized patterns, while the second one, scolded with negative language and emotions, produced disfigured ones that looked like bacteria. Water doesn't have life, still it can perceive humans' mental power. Humans' concentrated mental power can communicate through places and time, so always do the metta chanting. 4th assignment is daily chanting. Any chanting that we can remember will do. At least, itipiso chanting should be done on a daily basis. Whilst Christians or Muslims say their prayers in churches or mosques, Buddhists shall do Buddhist chanting too. Morning and night chanting is recommended. Lastly, 5th assignment, sleeping meditation. Can you do sleeping meditation? Most people fall asleep during sitting meditation. So why not sleep meditation and then fall asleep? Meditation can be performed while standing, walking, sitting, and sleeping, or while in any posture. Therefore, sleeping meditation and observing breath going in and out with Buddho, in breath equals Bud, out breath equals Do, until one falls asleep is a quality rest because one goes to sleep with sati, or mindfulness, and samadhi, or meditation. Even after 4 or 5 hours of sleep, one would wake up feeling fresh, as your mind has fully rested. Conversely, if one goes to sleep with a lot of thoughts or concerns in the mind, one would wake up tired, even after 8 hours of sleep time. That is because the mind has not been in good rest. It was still working, sometimes dreaming. But if one does sleeping meditation, one will have a quality rest time. No or less dreams, and the mind can really rest. You all should try this. In Buddhist forest monasteries, forest monks only sleep 4 to 5 hours a night and wake up feeling fresh. Why is that? Because they all rest with sati and samadhi. Remember to do all 5 assignments. Number 1, prostrating 5 times. Number 2, Samathan Sila. Number 3, Metta chanting. Number 4, daily chanting. Number 5, sleeping meditation. So to summarize the 5 assignments. Number 1, prostrating 5 times to pay respect to the Triple Gem, your father and mother and your Kruba Ajahn. Number 2, observing 5 or 8 precepts before going to bed. Number 3, daily chanting Iti Piso for the recollection of the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha, that is, the 9 attributes of the Buddha, the 6 attributes of the Dhamma, and the 9 attributes of the Sangha. Number 4, radiation of loving kindness towards all beings with concentrated mind, all beings starting from oneself, close friends and family, and then all sentient beings in the 31 planes of existence. Number 5, sleeping meditation. When things are done for the day, turn off all the communication devices. Be fully aware and concentrate on your in-breath and out-breath and Buddho until the body and mind goes to rest.